What is up, guys? We are building the ultimate work table. So I got this metal table. I'm gonna go through and make a few modifications to make it usable for what we want to do with it. I'm gonna walk you through the whole process. I've already done a little bit of the work. Actually getting ready to mount an air reel on it. So let me show you what I got going on. So here is the table. It's just a 3x5, all metal, welded. What I've already done, I went through and put casters on all 4 corners, make it easy to move around. I had this extra vise, so I went ahead and mounted that, be able to use on this table. Super easy to just move around as we need to, but then all 4 of the casters also lock. Now what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through and actually mount this air reel down underneath on this bottom shelf here. It's gonna give me the ability to do is wheel this, wherever I want, out towards the front of the shop or something. I'm working on something out in the driveway, if I just need to air up some tires. Then I've got my compressor over here. So wherever I need to run that hose to, I can plug it into the side of this. And that's gonna give me an extra 50 foot of reach to anywhere I need to go, since this whole table is on wheels. So we're gonna walk through getting this thing mounted. There's a few things that are make it a little difficult, but I'll walk you through it. Now, the first problem I've run into is that this, where the hose comes out of it, was mounted like that. Now, that is too tall to be able to fit underneath that table on that shelf. But if I rotate this around to there, where my air hose will come out the bottom, it's gonna make it a whole lot more usable. Also gonna let it fit into that space. Problem being, is it's got a bolt here for the ratcheting mechanism. So what I'm actually gonna do is I've already marked it up here. This is how I'm gonna mount it. So I'm gonna come through here and just cut a notch into this bracket to allow it to mount in this location, letting me have that air hose come off the bottom. Alright, so what I did there was I took my cutoff wheel, cut 2 notches after I went through and figured out where I needed to cut. Then I just took a pair of pliers, bent that piece back and forth till it broke off. Then I came back with my grinder, cleaned up the sharp edges, see if it fits. Perfect. Now I just need to go back, run my hose through here. Then I'll get my mounting bolts put back in. This has just got 4 bolts that fit in from the back side. So now what I'm running into, so I didn't get this notch quite big enough, so I'm not able to line up all 4 bolts. So I'm gonna go back, get that grinder back out, widen this out just a little bit, and we'll come back and try this again. All right, I came back, ground this out just a little more, made sure all the bolts would push through there now. Looks like we're good. We can put all the washers and the nuts back on. So now I've got this all mounted back on in this lower position. Once again, is going to allow me to put it down on this bottom shelf. kind of a unique setup. You know, whoever built this reel planned on somebody to mount it to a wall or mount it to a ceiling. And that's why this is adjustable all the way around, except for down, because it's not usual for it to the hose reel to come out same side that it's actually mounted to. But in this scenario, that works for me. So I was able to trim a little bit of that, make it work. Now we need to get it moved down and mounted to this bottom shelf. Now I think I'm actually going to mount this with it coming out the end. Reasoning for that is I could mount it where it pulls out the front, but then this table is going to want to have a tendency to pull the whole thing around. I think we'll minimize that a little bit, being able for it to come out the end. I'm also going to have my air connection on this side facing out, so when I come in and hook air to it, it'll be easy accessible. Now I need to go mark my holes, drill through the plywood, and just get 4 bolts and nuts to mount this thing on here. Alright, so here's the final product. Got it all bolted on. Still need to put an air chuck there. But then whenever we got this table, we can pull that out, use it as need be. And wheels aren't even locked right now, so I was a little scared that it was going to want to roll around, the whole table was. But I haven't even locked the wheels, and it seems to be working alright coming out the end like that. So I think that'll work great. So once again, we've got all 4 locking casters, got our vise, got our airline. The only other thing I really have planned, I think I'll mount an actual power strip right here. So then when this is pushed up against the wall, we can plug it in, have power. But then also I can run an extension cord out to it if I've got it out in the driveway doing something. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're always doing something out in the shop, working on cars, going to car shows, whatever it might be. Got some things coming up for the Shelby. Got the F-150 here. Once again, we've got the lift, so a lot of projects coming up. Catch you guys next time.